Helps if I unmute the microphone. Hello everybody. My name is Brian Locke. I wasn't at work today, so I'm a bit scruffy. I was out in the garden. Yeah. Hello LGB Kai. Okay, hello to everybody on YouTube and hello to everybody on Twitch. Oh, hold on a second. Need to turn off my speakers. There we go. And it's Dave as well, Peter Green and Unexpected Maker. I don't see it on that for some reason, but I see it in the YouTube chat. Hello to all of you. Yeah, so and Peter S. Hello. Yeah, so first things first, the name of the stream. Hey Crocoduck. Last YouTube stream, not clickbait, technically. I don't know what the technicality of clickbait is, but yeah, so I am going to stop streaming on YouTube for a while. I am going to focus on streaming on Twitch instead. The reason for this is that Twitch offered me to be part of their affiliate program, which sounds way cooler than it is, but basically it's just you can enable ads and stuff on your Twitch streams, and part of their requirement is that you don't stream to anywhere else at the same time. So and probably wouldn't have done this if it wasn't for the community strike last week. I'm not doing it out of spite to YouTube or anything. That's not what it's about. It's more that I think it's probably a good idea to diversify a little bit. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, basically, like, I uploaded a video and before I even published it, YouTube gave me a community strike on it. Just an automated response, and that when you get a community strike, until it's resolved, you're banned from streaming. So I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to diversify. But the main reason why what happened last week kind of is helping me with the decision is that there was a good few familiar faces who joined on the Twitch, well, familiar names, I guess, more than faces, but joined on the Twitch stream from last week. So yeah, this will be the last one today, or sorry, this stream right now will be the last one on YouTube for a while. I hope anyone who watches on YouTube won't mind joining me over on Twitch. I will, as Subtext is mentioned in the chat, Twitch isn't great for VODs. The affiliate program has no issues with you uploading VODs, which is like the saved stream, up to YouTube afterwards. And so, like, as soon as the stream ends, or as soon as it's available for me to download from Twitch, I'll upload it to YouTube. So people who used to watch the streams after the fact, it won't be an impact to them either. And also it'll, like, keep a kind of history of record of and that should work. Yeah, so I'm sure we might lose some people on the switch over, and I'm very sorry in advance if that does happen. I hope everybody can join me over there. I have really enjoyed the last kind of 8 weeks of streaming, or whatever it was. I think, yeah, I've been streaming since January, so I think it's about 8 weeks. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, I actually Greg was just saying that he just joined Twitch after missing the last live stream. Yeah, I saw, like, Twitch was emailing me every time I got a new follower on Twitch, and like, I was like, oh, I recognize that name, oh, I recognize that name, oh, I recognize that name. So yeah, that also helped in the decision. So yeah. Okay, cool. Now that that's out of the way, let's just take a look at the chat. So, hello, Crocoduck, Leonard, how's it going? I think that is becoming my catchphrase. Hello from Germany, Greg. We were talking about the last stream. Peter is Twitch or YouTube. So I'm on both right now. One thing I also noticed is it seemed like Twitch was a lot faster. Even through Restream, the chat was only taking like 12 seconds, while somebody timed it before and they said like on YouTube it was like 20 something. And another advantage of just going to one is that I'm gonna drop Restream.io from the middle of it. So like at the moment I'm streaming to Restream.io and they restream to YouTube and to Twitch, but we're gonna drop that out of it and I'm just going to stream directly to Twitch, so that should possibly speed up the chat even more. So I'm not sure what we will get it down to, but it should definitely be faster than YouTube for sure. So yeah. So what is there clickbait? Haha, that's true. Peter is saying kids swat each other on Twitch. I won't go near it. Yeah, well I guess you could swat each other on anything, but I think like I don't know, anytime I've streamed on Twitch where I've had some users, it's been generally as pleasant as it has been on YouTube, so hopefully it's the same. I will be sorry to see you go though if you don't join over, but yeah, I think it was just for the best to diversify a little bit. Gary says hello. Dave Darko, just tweet that you're streaming and I'll find the login keys for Twitch. Yeah, I'll have to do a better job of like updating my Twitch events and stuff or whatever, and then yep. So okay, cool. We've went through all the chats. Yeah, unless there's any other questions, so just to reiterate as well, so I won't be streaming on YouTube anymore, but I will upload the videos afterwards, so they will be available even if you don't go on Twitch or whatever. So hopefully that's an okay compromise for people who don't want to join across. But yeah, okay. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on to the task at hand. I don't know if I ever mentioned these before on stream, but they're boxes from IKEA that you can get like 3 of them for €2 or something, and I really like them because you can store projects in them with all their jumper cables and everything on it. So like you can take out your project exactly how it was when you left it, and you should be good to go. Let me move this around a little bit so we can get a better look at things. Yeah, so just let me know if there's any problems at audio levels or anything like that, and we'll do what we can. My camera is pointing way further over to that side than it normally does. That's the unclean side of the room. I much prefer to show my nice organized mess over this side. Okay, so it feels like a long time since we did anything with the alarm clock, but it hasn't actually been that long. I think it's only been 2 weeks. So we'll plug it in. We have our little boot symbol. I got some good suggestions in the comments of the last video about how to fix the issue that we were looking at 2 weeks ago with the the Google Maps adjusting the alarm thing, and that I haven't gotten to it, and I'm just gonna park it for the moment. I might even just disable that feature, put some flags around it or whatever to disable it, because I don't think that anybody who uses this, or everyone who uses this alarm clock, will want that feature, and I'm possibly one of them. I just thought it'd be interesting. Yeah, these box where screw and stuff usually go. Yeah, they've another kind of IKEA have another box that is pretty good. It's up there, but it's a little bit behind my light and stuff. So it's it's pretty nice for that. It wouldn't be for holding screws and things in, but it's good for larger modules. Like it's split into five places, and there's two pretty big ones. So yeah, again, it's like €2 or something. So IKEA is a good place to stock up. Now, I was actually thinking that stuff like that might make an interesting video, like as in IKEA for makers or something, where like, you know, you talk about stuff that you could use from IKEA or whatever. Like for example, this microphone arm is an IKEA lamp with my Snowball on top of it. So yeah, it's just a lot of different things like that I've used from IKEA over the years. Let's load up alarm clock. And let's show it to ye. Alright, so there's no questions anyways about the Twitch stuff. Yeah, okay, screen share. Yeah, so subtics, I wouldn't buy them either. It's not because they're so cheap. It's because they're expensive to post, so I don't find them actually that cheap on Chinese websites. So yeah, I normally just buy them locally where possible. Okay, so if you are new here, which you probably aren't, but if you are, to just quickly go through the project. So it's an alarm clock. Let's move to the big one. It's an alarm clock built with a ESP8266. We've got a buzzer here, a 7-segment display, and a button. So like this is a Wemos D1 Mini. I think that's in the video description. The button is just a button. Buzzer probably in the video description, not sure. Again, it's like a 50-cent buzzer, and then the 7-segment display is like a €70 display. So like, you know, what you see here is like $5 worth of stuff delivered. So we're making a nice smart alarm out of it. The time is coming from an NTP server at the moment, and will continue to come from an NTP server, but what we want to add to it today is that in a week or two's time, daylight savings time is going to happen in Ireland and the rest of Europe. It's already happened to our American buddies already, and at the moment the code doesn't allow for that, and we want it to. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to add daylight savings time. I meant to do a little bit of research on this before, but I didn't, so you'll be learning with me. So yeah, as well, just how you set the alarm is the ESP8266 as a web page, and you set the alarm through that, and that's it. Okay, so first thing I want to do is basically comment out the I want to feature flag the adjusting the alarm based on the traffic stuff that we were doing the last time, because it still needs to be fixed. So I'll do it as a boolean actually, because enable traffic adjust. I'll make that false for now. The reason I'll do it as a boolean, so it'd be handier in the future if we want to enable it and disable it from the web interface. So yes, let's do that. Let's see, I think I only need to let's check Google Maps. Where are you? Done here. If enable traffic adjust, just put that up there. So what I'm doing here is if there's a boolean, if enable, oh sorry, I'm kind of in the way here. If enable traffic adjust is set to true, then we want to go fetch the data off Google Maps if the time is due. But if it's not, we don't, obviously. So that's one thing. That'll stop it making requests. Hey, Electron Ash and Michael Swan. How's it going, as my catchphrase says. Yeah, is there anywhere else I need to stop it in the actual alarm handling itself? Traffic offset is not equal to 0. So if it is equal to 0, it's not going to adjust the alarm. Oh, but I still have this mess of alarm code. Cool. Let's change that back to what it was for the moment. What was it? This is where having stuff on GitHub is pretty useful. So I'm just going to take what was on GitHub before. 14 days ago I added a secret.h. Okay, cool. So if I go to, where do I want to go? If I go to alarm clock and I go to commits, so I can look at what the code looked like at stream 3. So if I go down and yeah, so what we used to have here was a lot simpler, and we're going to just re-enable that. I'll just comment out the other stuff for the moment, because it got messy, and I don't think we need to fix that on this stream. So comment on comment. Ooh, that doesn't look great. Let's go back and look at the raw file if we can. View, no. View the whole commit. Where are we? Check for alarm. Here we go. Looks a bit better. Oh, interesting. So Greg has just done a test. Greg has just done a test on the time difference between the two, and he says that Twitch is much faster. That's interesting. I think we can probably make it even faster again too when I drop Restream.io. I don't blame them for any delay or any, but I think they do cause a delay, but it's actually a really great service. Like, it's free to use and seems to work great, so can't have no complaints about Restream.io other than maybe it's adding a delay. But Crocoduck has also made the jump over. Ooh, he's got a new fancy name at the end. I don't think Prancy is at the end of your YouTube name. Thanks for making the switch over. Alarm active. Ooh, I changed this minutes to midnight alarm minute. Okay, all of alarm hour and alarm minute is there. I think that should still be fine. Before we actually go any further, what I might do is just upload this and make sure that it's working, because there's no point breaking anything before we start. So we've got COM port 4, let's do an upload, and away we go. Oh, Prancy was at the end of your name as well, was it? Oops. I never read past Crocoduck, I don't think. Was Crocoduck without Prancy at the end of it taken, or does the Prancy mean something as well? Subtext VCS in general, I don't know what that is about, sorry. Oops. I do love the ESP modules, but I found it quite painful to know exactly which pins to use on the ESP32, which pull downs, pull up when designing it on a new PCB. Yeah, I haven't done a huge amount of work with the ESP32, but yeah, I'm going to do more of it at some stage. Prancy is for Pranseco. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's funny to see the chat up there turning a lot more purple. Yeah, appreciate that, everyone. What else was there? Is that uploaded? It's still compiling. I hop onto Twitch. I just 2 days ago found Pretzel, which provides music for streamers. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm possibly gonna like update the like, I don't know, the production value of the stream a tiny bit, like maybe have like a welcome card, and have I was on a stream there recently enough. Yeah, Dave Darko, you know the guy who was making the synthesizer pedal? Well, I don't know if it was technically a pedal, but I can't think of his name, but he had a really nice kind of layout of everything. You know, I'll take some inspiration from that. The thing that's shown in the chat there is it's not really an OBS plugin. It's actually Restream.io are merging the two chats together, and I am using OBS, its browser kind of plugin, to open up that chat. So that's what it's working. If you ordered like Wemos D1 minis, they come with headers, always, normally. If you're in Ireland, I can send you any amount of Wemos D1 headers. Do I mean Woodworker? Was his name Woodworker? His like icon was a guy with a beard. He was German as well. Was it Woodworker? But he had a nice layout, and so I need to take some inspiration from that. Okay, so that's uploaded. Let's just check the alarm. I can't remember what its IP address is. Hey, Shine Vision. How's it going? I think you're the person who started me off on thinking that that's the new motto. Yeah, so I was saying to people, Shine Vision, that I'm going to move to Twitch for streams after this one, for many reasons, but I guess if you watched like the first 5 minutes of the videos, like, or this video, it would kind of explain it. Yes, cool. So I'm gonna send an alarm with 2155 there. Yeah, subtext, Wemos D1 minis, I have not received one that didn't have the 3 different types of headers, male, female, and then the kind of hybrid ones where it's kind of like a female one with long pins. So I don't know if, what do you call them? Long female pins? Not sure. Yeah. I can't pronounce your name. Is it? I can't pronounce Russian letters at all. As Cypren, C. Thank you. Hello from Ireland. Oh, trash. Oh, there we go. Okay. So the alarm's still working anyways. Twitch is up to 12 viewers. Ooh, fancy. Which is great. A friend of mine sent me a screenshot of Twitch the last time of their, I think it was their creative page or maybe programming page or something, but like I was like the 4th person there or something, which I thought was quite nice. Yeah. Okay, so we have that working fine. So now let's look at daylight savings time. So there is a library for this by a guy called Jay Christensen. I remember thinking the examples weren't that great, but let's take a look. First of all, is it released? He has releases, so it's probably on the Arduino IDE, so that's good. Let's look at the examples. Let's look at clock here. You can see that, okay, it's not great actually. Excuse me. Yeah, so you see here he's got rules here for my daylight savings time and then his standard time. So what is being passed in here? EST, so that's its name, and then it's on the first Sunday of November. I don't know what the 2 is, and I don't know what the -300 is. 60, that's 5, yeah, okay, so it's UTC -5. Okay, I don't know what the 2 is though, we'll have to look into that. Yeah, so but other than that it looks pretty good, I would say. Yeah, so let's pull this library in. So it's called time zone. Oops, that's my motor web one. Sketch, include library, and go to manage libraries. Two is the hour, it changes at 2 AM. Ah, thank you, Leonid. And 300 minutes, yeah, so that's the 5 hours or whatever ahead. So yeah, sounds good. Time Zone by Jack Christensen. So let's just check oops. Where are you gone, Jack? Okay, I have to click install before I can see what version I'm installing. Cool. That seems like a bit of a bug, but anyways, yeah. Electro Ash, you've never used a breadboard. You are crazy. Really? That is a bold move, Cotton. I wonder how that's gonna play out for you. I like to get my projects into not a breadboard, but I definitely like to begin with a breadboard. Hey, Make Me. Actually, I forgot to mention that, like, in the last 2 weeks, Make Me has... you were on the stream last Monday on Twitch, but I forgot to say it to you. Congratulations on crossing 40,000 subs. Yeah, that's a big achievement, dwarfing the rest of us little guys. Yeah, I'm with Sil. Prototype on breadboards, move on to other stuff. I just wouldn't trust myself, Electron Ash. I'm like terrible at stuff. Okay, so let's look at our examples that came with time zone. Did I miss time zone? Did I not install it? Is this incompatible? It says it's incompatible. Why? Let's go back and look at issues. I have no idea why this would be incompatible. So the library.properties, you can specify what architectures you support, and you can specify which architectures you support, and he has specified AVR, which is not what an ESP8266 is. I don't know if there's anything he's using that is AVR specific. He does if def AVR here. He includes an EEPROM.h, so he is writing to EEPROM. We might need to get something else. Time zone ESP8266. Might be somebody who's made a NTP client with full time zone support. Ooh. This looks pretty interesting. Let's go straight to examples. He puts in his password. He set polling interval. Where do I set my time zone support? Get date time, get first sync. My tactic is to normally just go straight to the examples to see how to use something, but I guess we're gonna have to do something else here. SDK built-in API allows, unfortunately, time zone implementation is limited to only UTC offsets between 11 minus. That's okay. Doesn't seem to have full time zone support, I would say. DST support. Here we go. May be able to implement DST. Okay, so it's DST is what I need. DST ESP 8266. Simple DST adjust. I like the sound of that. So it's another library. You can install from there. Cool. This looks right up our alley. Is it on the Arduino IDE? Yes. Okay. So simple DST adjust. Let's try again. Sorry, I've been time zone doesn't look like it's made for the ESP8266. Whoever mentioned that, Debashish Sahu. Specifically, it's blocked because of what's in the properties, but also I see AVR specific code in the actual library too. So I'm not convinced that even if I got around the fact that it's blocked, that it would work. Yeah, so let's see. Sorry, just to go back through the. So Greg said you received the white ones and they're not the same. That is a major pity. So as you know, I'm a big fan of these RoboDin breadboards, the see-through ones, because they're excellent compared to cheap Chinese white ones. Greg, are they just not the same? Like, you know, they're not manufactured by the same crowd, or, you know, is the quality of the white ones good? Subtext. Does anyone know the difference between V2 and V3? I don't. No, I definitely have a few different versions of them. I've literally never noticed a difference between them. Like I've seen, you know, the shape of them might be a little bit different or whatever. Yeah. Anyone make me? Most of those subs are seemingly quiet these days. Yeah. I know. Working on it. I'm happy with the amount of people I gained over the last year or so. Very happy, in fact. I had a target when I started out of maybe me reaching 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and it did that, and it's kicked on from there too, which is great. And then Sil Russell, saving parts, yeah, minimize 15 minutes on breadboard, yeah, subtext, on stream to hear the story, last cast. Cool, thanks Make Me, look forward to seeing you there. Yeah, I mentioned that about the J. Christensen time zone one. That's the one we first tried to use, and it didn't seem to work out too good for us. Yeah, Leonid, Robodin's shipping has increased a lot to Ireland too. I don't think it's the long breadboard that they have, a full-size breadboard, is like $3 shipping to Ireland, which is very expensive. That would be possible, Shine Vision. It's something I'll look into. Well, actually, no, it's not. YouTube has a so I got a strike for the community guidelines thing there. So I read the community guidelines, and one of the specific things that is on the list of stuff I got a strike for is your videos can't be, their primary focus can't be to take you away from YouTube. So if I released a video that was like, hey guys, I'm live on Twitch now, it would be that would be against the terms and conditions for sure. If any of you are on Twitch, I'll ping out there that or Twitter. I'll message out there when it happens. It's at Witness Me Now, wherever that is. Yeah, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do about it, unfortunately. So sorry, Leonard has also said he agrees with Shine Vision. Oh, I can just remove from the top. Oh, interesting. I'm just going to try out this other one anyways, the simple DST adjust, seeing as it's specifically for that. Hey guys, I'm going live somewhere. That might actually work. I'll just repeat the same one over and over again. Just re-upload it. Hey guys, going live. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so let's take a look at these examples on simple DST adjust. Simple DST adjust. Okay. Yeah, so this is perfect. So yeah, Australian Eastern Zone, and okay, so that gives me my struct. And how do I change my update NTP ticker.attach? Ready for NTP update. Print time. So he's updating NTP. Where does he use his own library? DST adjusted. Does he? Oh, here, sorry. Update NTP. And he's displaying time here. Oof, what is this? That's wow, that's pretty interesting. This seems very convoluted, but anyways, your Twitch should notify and make me Discord every time. Don't know why this one the bot hasn't caught yet. Yeah, sometimes just from the Adafruit one, I found that the Twitch bot can be slow sometimes. Yeah, let's go with this anyways. So print time, and he's passing in the offset. Print time tick. Where does he use these rules? That's not used anywhere. Alright, here's that rule. DST adjusted, where's that used? That time, okay, so he passes in the DST abbreviated, and that gives him back a new time. That's just a character array. Time info. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing here. So he updates his NTP. Let's take a look at update. NTP is here. He configs his time zone. It's fine, it's the same as I have. And then he calls print time with a tick. Let me just run this code. I think might be the best idea. If I just get rid of this begin, it should work alright. Oh, yeah, whatever. Let's upload it. Did I get any response? Let's see. Ooh, I've gone time change rules, use EDT before setup. Debashu, is that still for the time zone one? Do I have a server? I do not. I thought about it, but I didn't think I'd have the audience for one. So I don't at the moment, anyways. In response to the Discord one, and Debashu, get epoch time in loop. I need to go past that one. Yeah, he did get. He left a couple of nice comments actually on the Reddit Secret Santa like gift website or whatever. He seemed pretty impressed with it, which I was happy with. I'm just happy I got to him okay. Yeah, the time zone.h doesn't work with the ESP8266. I guess we can. Michael Swan, I think, was saying that we could just comment out stuff. Was that on Twitch? I can scroll back pretty easily on Twitch. Let's take a look. I don't need the EEPROM calls. Do you know? Comment EEPROM stuff in the library. Okay. So if this is looking too messy, we'll just go to that. So DST rules updated. DST start. DST end, and then he prints out the time, and then he says the next NTP update will be at this time. Okay, so yeah, he's adding the offset, and the offset is 0 when he's printing here. Okay. Cool, crafty FX. That's cool. This one is as good on YouTube as anything, and yeah, so this works fine. Local time T. Hour time info D. Do we pass in the NTP server to this thing? Just give it the start rule, the end rule. Dot time don't see how the NTP server and this thing interact with each other. Maybe it's built into the library. Don't know. Okay, back to time zone. It seems a little easier. I need to make some changes to it though. Right, so do I want to make changes to it? Like, then I would have to tell everybody else to make changes to it, which isn't a good solution. No, we'll figure this one out. Where are we? NTP time zone. I don't understand how the simple DST library and the NTP server are working together at the moment. Let's take a look at what the DST one is doing. So it's got the start rule. So this is like an output variable almost, as far as I can tell, is it? Abbreviated, where is it used? Call the original time function. DST start, DST end. Initialize the DST variables if necessary. Northern hemisphere, so it's applying the different rules. Calculate the time. Convert the given DST change rule to a time value. Hey, David Watts, thanks for joining. What else did I miss in the chat other than large YouTubers sneaking in? So Devashu uses on the ESP8266. Yeah, I'm really tempted to use it, but like the problem is that I like making like my. Let me get rid of the. I like making the code that I write like easy to consume for people too, and like if the kind of answer is if the answer to the kind of question is like, here, download this, and then hey, download this, and then like modify it a little bit, I'm not a huge fan of that. I still don't really get what's happening here though. So that's the, where does it get the time from to modify time? Calc time. Convert the given DST rule to a time value for the given year. Yeah, I could implement the logic myself, but like, I don't know. This is what I've made for. Did anyone fork J. Christensen's? There's a bazillion forks of it. Few are a good bit ahead. Adapted version 1.1. What did you do with it? Time fixed rules. Did you end up making it? No. Okay. Let's just use the time zone one for the moment. Okay, so we're going into libraries. We are going into time zone. And we are going to first of all, edit the properties file. What is this going to open with? Oh, you're just sucking up your own bandwidth, David. I think it's Restream.io's bandwidth you're draining, not mine. Obviously pretty decent internet over in the UK that you can stream on two things at the one time. I think I'm using NTP time ESP. Oh, sorry, what am I doing here? Let's drag this across. Right, I think I can just put in a star here, and that will make it be available for everything. I won't change anything else at the moment. And then in source, I can just, well, I'm not an AVR, so it's not going to do the EEPROM stuff, but I guess I need to get rid of EEPROM anywhere it's used. Read rules. I can just comment out this, I guess. Anywhere else there's EEPROM. Write rules. That seems like an unusual thing to have even, but anyways. Okay, so now I might just restart my Arduino IDE. It should be available to me now. Yeah, wasn't one of Dave's standard videos, but he just released a video of his trip to Amsterdam. When I saw like a vlog video to Amsterdam, I'm gonna be honest, I expected something completely different than the Kids Science Museum. I was pleasantly surprised, but yeah, it looked really cool actually. Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah, I was in London last May, and I thought the Science Museum was pretty cool too. It didn't look as like fun as that one though, I would say. Yeah. Mike Swan has sent me a simple time zone example. Set env time zone BST. G68 or G6EJT is in the UK. So does that mean he's got the same time as me? Time.h. Let's get the time from Hey Xandus, how's it going? Requires a delay at the start, sometimes longer. I wonder why that is. 2018. Time zone B, British summertime. I might just keep going with what I have for the moment. Because I'd have to go down the... Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you what I'm looking at. I'd have to go down the rabbit hole of what this is doing, because that doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, yeah, we'll take a look at the time zone example now. It should show up down here. Time zone. So in case you're wondering what I did there, so originally it was unavailable because the properties file specified that it was AVR. So we got rid of that and made it star, and then I commented out all the EEPROM stuff, which is what didn't work with it. So if we look at clock, so now we have our rules. See world clock example. Okay. You're my guiding light, Debashish. Ooh. Okay, cool. So it has a lot of rules already for me. So I'm British Summertime. Not a big fan of that name. But it's fine. That is what we are. I think we just call it standard time. I don't know, daylight savings time. I don't know what we call it. But that'll work for me anyways. So cool. So it's just, so it's got now passes. Okay, yeah, this looks perfect. Yep, absolutely perfect. Time zone to local. Yeah, super. And I pass in UTC and a pointer to TCR to use the time zone to get abbreviated. TCR. Serial print. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's grab this. So, I need to grab some time zones too. Let's just double check it compile. No, we'll put it into the alarm clock and see what happens. Right, so we'll put in time zone from J. Christensen. Modified. So if anybody is wondering. Pointer is optional. Perfect. Devonish, you're always welcome on my streams. You seem to be saving me a lot of time. I should have listened to you in the first place. Okay, so world clock. Let's take the two UK rules. Where are we? So I just put this anywhere above the setup, I guess. Let's put in a comment from world clock example in time zone library. Okay, that gives me that. Let's go back to world clock and see what else it has for me. I think everything else should be okay. Print UTC is now. Compile time. That's fine. I don't think that's important to us. And then it's just this print time that matters. I think it's just this time zone to local, to be honest. So TZ, so it's passing in the time zone, and then it's doing this to local on it. So let's see how that goes. And what I get out is a time T. Unexpected maker. Brian Locke, read Electron's message and make sure that it's okay. Absolutely, yeah. Post it away. No problems. Oh, subtext. Funny that you mentioned that. That is definitely one of my projects. Is that we'll make something that the Twitch chat can actually interact with. Good morning, Unexpected Maker. If you haven't, speaking of other people's videos, I believe Unexpected Maker released a new one today. Yesterday for him, but today for us, I think. Okay, so we have a time zone, which was what, British summertime or something, UK. I'll get run out of Ireland for using this, but that's fine. UK to local, so we need to pass in UTC, and then we get time T back. Right, so I need to make my time client return not epoch time anymore. Well, we could actually change it up. to, where are we? I don't need to do this. Yeah, it's funny that you say that, David. Actually, I find making videos way harder than making projects. I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm that good at it. Well, time is a huge thing. But like, yeah. Or actually, do you know what? It's not fully finished now, projects. I can get a project to like 70% pretty quickly, but then to actually like see it through the whole way is a bit of a pain. And yeah. Get epoch time. Time t is NDP. Oh. Okay. So I can just pass that straight in to my toLocal. I really should just like pass over control to you somehow. No problem. Let's see. Okay, so I need to get UTC from toLocal. Let's go back to world clock. UTC is just time t. So let's look at the time client code to get that back. We are looking at NTP client. We'll look at the .h. We'll open it with Atom. That's NTP client.h. So what are my outputs from this? Get epoch time returns a long. I can get days, hours, minutes, seconds. So I can't get very cool. Yeah, I don't do either for for a living. Well, I do programming apparently, but it's not looking too great at the moment. But so I need to convert this epoch time into a time t object, I think. Okay. NTP client time, oops, time underscore t. It's interconvertible, so I can just pass in what gets returned into oh, the Debashu has moved to Twitch as well. Cool. Okay, cool. So I can just pass it straight in. Sounds good to me. So if I'm understanding right, I should just be able to do this. Debashu and time t get epoch time. Awesome. Yep, I think I've just done that there. or maybe it's yeah, cool, perfect. So let's okay, so let's actually pull in a different time zone, because that's no good, because it's going to be the exact time it already was. So let's pull in for our Australian buddies. Let's pull in the Australian one so we can take a glimpse at what the future is like. Yeah, whenever I'm talking to Unexpected Maker, it's always like, you know, are you streaming tonight? It's like, no, tomorrow. He's like, oh, it's my tonight though. And I'm like, maybe? I don't know. I don't know, there's something kind of just unusual about, I don't know, the time zone being that far apart. Yeah. So let's just change it to Australia Eastern for the moment, and let's upload and see what happens. Ooh, I've got an error. What's my error? Time lib, no such. Oh, so I need to install this library first. Oops. Let's do that. Smashing the camera is the main issue. That's some good advice from Dave there, I think. I think as well, if I could give a suggestion, it seems like you've been doing it for a while anyways, Electron Ash, but just practice is such a huge thing with it. Like if you go back and look at some of my time is a bad name for a library. That's timelib. It's not finding anything. Time. Can I search by Paul Staffordgen? PJRC. So I guess I'll need to manually install that. Yeah, thanks Devashoot. Yeah, so like if you go back and look at my earlier stuff, like I'm really kind of dull while I'm talking. Some might say that hasn't changed a huge amount, but like if you watch my first video and my last video, there's a huge difference in the excitement in my voice or whatever, and it's just to do with being more comfortable. I'm using the same mic I always used and things like that, but it just gets easier. So like last year I kind of made a New Year's resolution to just do things that like put me out of my comfort zone, and so like any opportunity. So one of the things was making the videos, and then other things were anytime an opportunity came up that I'd normally be like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I was just, okay, sure, let's go for it. Like for example, like an opportunity came up to speak about like a topic in a sort of a TED Talk style scenario, and I was like, I could talk about like DIY IoT or whatever, and I was like trying to think of a reason why I shouldn't, and then I was just like, no, this is exactly what I was talking about with the do things out of your comfort zone. And yeah, so and it went fine. Like it was a lot of work or whatever, but it ended up going fine. So yep, I 100% just think practice, and like if you've got 800 subscribers already, like you're definitely doing something right. 100%. Like it takes a lot for someone to click that subscribe button. I know it sounds strange, but like, you know, think of the thought process that went through someone's head of, ooh, I see what they're doing here, and I like it, and I want to see more of it. So yeah, okay, cool. My rudimentary converter isn't doing great here, I don't think. Okay, let's get a compiling first, and then we'll worry about int hour redeclared as a different kind of symbol. Okay, so obviously one of the libraries is using that. So if I do a find, I suppose, and replace hour with, I don't know, time hour. Time hour, replace and find. Oh, find, replace and find. Okay, it's time hour. Let's find minute now. No. Here. Minutes. Time minutes. Place and find. Oops, previous. Okay. What did I do there? Let's try that out. Website link is more details. True, Brian. I would say 80% of those subs were from Daytona. Nice. Should match the case. I should have matched the case. I should have read your comment before I went through my manually finding everything. A good suggestion. I'll remember that the next time. Yeah, Electron Nash. I actually did a mod on a Dreamcast before I added the VGA port and was it a region switch or something? I added a VGA port and a 3.5mm jack anyways, and I'm pretty certain I added a switch. What was the switch for it? Switch between 50 Hz and 60 Hz or something. But I literally bought the Dreamcast for that, plugged it into a monitor, turned on a game and was like, wow, this looks great, and then never played it ever again. I'm not sure where it is even. I think I gave it to a friend of mine. Yeah. Ah, cool. Yeah, literally never used it. But it looked great though. It looked very good. I wonder, can I find that now? Let's find out. Dreamcast. Oh, I can. I think. Yep. There is now look back in time. Boards.ie. Did I take pictures? I must have taken pictures, but I guess they're taken down. Yep. There's pictures there, but they're not showing up. Oh well. Anyways, yeah, I never had fun soldering Kenya wires. So 9:45, unexpected maker. Is it 9:45 in the morning where you are? 'Cause I know I could check on Google, but it'd be more fun if someone from Australia, Greg Clare, actually, are from Australia too, right? Isn't it you? 9:45 in Melbourne. The suspense is killing me. Yes! So, okay, it looks like we're in business. So cool. That should now look after daylight savings time for us. Although you're not at your daylight savings time either. So let's bring in America, and because that would be a good test, because they've already moved. So they're like the second Sunday in March. Auckland. Sorry, Greg. I knew you were from the continent of Australia. I keep forgetting you're from New Zealand. I'll get it right at some stage. People keep giving out to me about leaving the EU, so I know how you feel. If that joke makes sense to you. Let's try this out. So that'd be handy as well, actually, that we could make that part of the according to this code, Unexpected Maker, you change in April. It looks like the first Sunday in April. Australia, first Sunday in April. Okay, New York is 1847. Oh, DST is in New Zealand. Sorry, Craig, I didn't catch that there. Okay, so 1848. Yep, looks like it's working. An American. Yeah, thanks a lot, Dabashu. I think I think you're the star of today's stream. Did more. Yeah, I'll get down under at some stage, but won't be anytime soon. Yeah, so that looks good. So I'd say we'll probably keep working on this clock a little bit more, because there's a lot of code tidy up to do. That might be saved better for not on a stream. But also I'd like to make these rules configurable. Maybe a drop down of some standard ones. For a drop down like in the web interface to change between some standard ones, and maybe like a way of like manually putting in what you need if you're somewhere strange. Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, Dev. Let's bring it up to the big one, and I might as well even focus you. How about that? Unexpected Maker, you were asking about what I used for focusing or whatever. I actually use the Logitech webcam software, so it's saying it's in use by OBS or whatever, and that's fine. And I just use these controls over on the right, because I think it actually does I've two of the same webcams, and I find this does a much better job at telling me which one's which. So yes, that's the auto-focused one, and here is the, okay, there, yeah, so it's just a Wemos D1 Mini. It's got a buzzer here, and it's got a button, and that's pretty much it, and one of those like super cheap 4-digit 7-segment displays. And yep, and then the last thing we have here then is setting the alarm. So where are we? 1840. So if I set it to be 1840, Well, actually, I can do 1850. It'll just, alarm will go off straight away. It's pretty loud. I'm trying to use my mouse with my right hand here. So then I just press the button and it goes off. The audio is much nicer on YouTube. That's interesting. I must I must look at that back. Yeah, that's weird actually. I'll look at the two VODs back and see what the story is with that. Maybe they just use better compression or something. I don't know. Oh, that's unfortunate, unexpected maker. The red tape does look well on display. Well, that was Michael's suggestion, who's normally on the YouTube chat. He could be in bed now at this stage, though. Yeah, it does. It really does make it easier to see. Like if we take it off here, like it's much more faded out or whatever. But so the production version will also have red tape on it, maybe. Yeah. Dave, does your clock have, oh sorry, your clock doesn't have code, does it? I thought it was a analog binary counter. Or maybe you're talking about a different project. Yeah. The reason I ended up with hundreds of surface mounted LEDs. That's the problem with looking at other people's videos. You just see all these cool things and you're like, ooh, I want. And like AliExpress or wherever is so cheap and you just buy it and then you get like, you never see it again. David Hun is, I'm just after finishing putting together my Wi-Fi clock and seeing that YouTube notified on all tabs except the one video page I was watching. Whoops. That's okay. Oh, it's the second David's clock. I'm sure neither of them were crap. I don't ever remember seeing the other clock. Well, actually, no, sorry. It was on your that was the board that was on your video on the solder holder, if I'm not mistaken. I must get back to looking at that. Yeah, so I think we're probably good to go here. If anyone, I'll stay on till 11. If anyone has questions on any ESP8266 projects or whatever, or anything that you'd like to talk about, let's do that. We've got 7 minutes. That's wrong. Well, let's fix that up anyways. While we're waiting, we'll change it so that it's actually right for me, the most important person. I think this was just UK, wasn't it? Yep. Okay, let's upload that so I can start using it as my alarm clock again. Although I'm off work all week, so I don't really need an alarm clock. Yeah, today was a bank holiday in Monday. Today was a bank holiday in Monday. Today was a bank holiday in Ireland because St. Patrick's Day was on Saturday and they give us our bank holidays back. So that day was off anyways, and I just have the next 4 days off. Michael Swan asked as well, actually, why it's so fast to compile. I find that the first time that you compile is pretty slow. Takes like 40 seconds. Second time, like, then it seems to be better, is it only compiling like different, just differences maybe? I'm not sure. I'm using a pretty new version of the Arduino IDE, so I'd recommend trying that. I'm also using 2.4 of the ESP8266 core. Might be worth trying too. And I am also using, which is going to be pretty hard to see, I'm using 921/600 baud rate, which fails sometimes, as you just seen 2 seconds ago, but it's so much faster than 115200, like way faster for the upload. Let's even demonstrate that. So here's me uploading. So it hasn't started yet, it's still compiling. Still compiling. If only I had some 7-segment display that I could use to count with, but so it's still compiling here. Now it's uploading. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now if we swap it down to 115200 and do the same upload again. Grab clock. Let's take a look at grab clock. It's actually literally called crap clock. I've never seen this one before, actually. So it's still compiling here, which is pretty slow. Hey, Mamadou from Senegal. How's it going? Somebody else asked higher up. Who was it? Someone on YouTube. So let me go back and look through that. David Hun. This is still compiling here. Yeah, so I'm going to move to Twitch for my streams for the next while anyways. I kind of explain in like the first 5 minutes of the video in detail why, but basically it's to do with just kind of diversifying a little bit, because of the community strike I got last week. And as I mentioned, it's not out of spite or anything. It's more just I think it might be good to try out the Twitch thing a little bit. So no worries, Mamadou. That's the thing about live streams is, and you know, it doesn't suit everybody all the time. This is still compiling. What is going on? Okay, yeah. Devashu was saying if I change the baud rate, it'll recompile everything. That seems strange to me that it would recompile everything. Okay, here we go. I hope you haven't either. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's already slower. Like, you know, it's maybe 4 times slower. So yeah, I recommend bumping it up to the 926, whatever it is, 921-600. It fails every now and again, but like overall it's way faster. Like the fail times do not outweigh how much faster it is. So bump that up to 921-600, everybody. Some of the better boards, like the some of the better serial chips actually, seem to work better with the 921-600, but like that's one of the CH340Gs, which is meant to be one of the slow ones, and it works fine. So I don't know. And here's Dave's crappy clock, everybody. Oh, it's a GIF. I didn't even know, or it's a video, is it? I didn't even notice. It's playing some sound. Am I able to? It doesn't let me play the audio. Maybe I can add it. I get a copyright strike from Dave. It's a nice looking board though. I gotta give you that. I don't know how crappy that is. Yeah, I'll listen to the sound of that later, but it's nice. It's not like I could calculate the difference. No, it's not like I have anything that could, you know, count time or anything, like this right here. But there we go. All hand soldered. even these LEDs, you're insane. Oh my god. I feel like if I was just literally soldering to those points, I would bridge these two. Wow, that's an achievement. I definitely would not be able for that. I have been playing with the Tiny 85 today. Been stung when clicking upload rather than upload. Clicking upload rather than upload with the programmer so many times. It's 8 times faster. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that makes complete sense. But I think I said that though. Did I? No, I said 4 times. Yeah. Solder paste, hot air gun. No, what we all need to get is ovens, like Unexpected Maker. I actually do have an oven. What's the easiest way to show it to you? Let's see. This is gonna make for great viewing. That guy up there, he's ready for action at some stage. I haven't used him yet. I just need a board to solder. I've got some packages, not that many though. So we'll get to it at some stage. Cool. It's not Leo. Who's it's not Leo. Yeah, if you have a different name on Twitch, oops. I'd appreciate if you could tell me who you are. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's call it a day. This is a really fun stream. Thanks a lot for, well, fun for me. I don't know what it was like for you. But thanks a lot for joining. We had 25 peak on YouTube, and we currently have 13 on Twitch. So yeah, it's fun. Cool. Unexpected Maker at his oven agenda. I think he has shares in crappy toaster ovens, but okay, cool guys. Thanks for joining. We'll see you on Twitch next time, and yeah, hopefully I'll have another video out this week just because I'm off. The next project I have is Twitch Notifier. Cool. Still YouTube wins. Okay, bye everybody. I'll see you next time.